Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Teresa, and today I wanted to just do a quick video for you on shipping, on the two different kinds of shipping that eBay has. So eBay, I ship everything through eBay, meaning when I go onto the platform, I go into Seller Central, I go to waiting to be shipped, and I pull up all my items, and then I print the label right through eBay. There's two different ways when you list that you can ship. You can ship flat rate shipping, or calculated shipping. When I first started, I would use flat rate all the time. I would just kind of estimate based on the weight and the measurements of my item, how much I wanted to charge. Now, that can be scary because sometimes you may charge not enough and sometimes you may charge too much. But what you're hoping is that over time, it will average out, right? So I just thought it would be helpful to go on and talk about flat rate shipping and then calculated shipping. So for right now, I'm just going to talk about flat rate shipping. Flat rate shipping means you're charging the buyer a flat rate. No matter how much it actually costs you, they are only going to pay whatever amount you set. Typically, if it is now, based on the shipping prices, if it is something that weighs 10 ounces or below, I charge anywhere from $3.99 to $4.25. If it weighs 12 ounces to 16 ounces, which is first class, then I charge $4.50. That's just how I do it. I find that pretty much covers myself. Now, priority mail, that's something different. Priority mail, the minimum that you can ship and get away with it costing is I believe $6.74. Now, I might not be exactly right, so just, bear with me if I'm a cent or two off. I'm just going by memory. And that is what's called, that if you use this envelope, flat rate envelope, that's how much it's going to cost you. $6.74, $6.75. Now, that means anything you can get into this envelope, you can use. Okay? That's typically the cheapest. The next cheapest is this one, the legal size. It's the flat rate legal size. Flat rate envelope. Okay? Then the next option is the padded. Now, the padded flat rate. Now, this can actually get quite a bit of stuff in here, okay? These were the first three that I would use. Then you have your regular mailing box, which is usually the first option they give you, and it's going to actually be more, for the most part, than the other three that I just showed you. And then the shoebox. The shoebox and this box is basically the same, okay? Now, also, or this one, this thin, I can't remember what they call this, but this is just a thin envelope. So this one, the box and the shoebox, generally all cost around the same amount based on the measurements and the weight. You do have a couple of other options. If none of those will work for you, the next thing that I would look at, that I would use, is the regional rate. The regional rate. Okay? The regional rate A, and then there's a B. Now, I use A, which is this one, just about all the time. I've only used B a few times. Then they do have some other sized flat rate boxes. This one is a medium flat rate. Now this one is going to cost. This one is probably going to cost anywhere between $11 and $15. Okay, so you need to be careful. Now, once you start shipping, you're going to know how much stuff's going to cost you to ship. You're going to have a really good idea. And I don't get too tied up in it. If I lose 50 cents here or there or $1, I don't worry too much about it because in my opinion, it's going to all average out. Now, I just talked about the costs and the different boxes, and I was basically referring to flat rate shipping, okay? Now, if you decide to do calculated shipping, that means the buyer puts in, when they go to buy something, they put in their zip code, and the system, or eBay, automatically calculates how much the shipping's going to be based on the information you put in your listing, the weight and the measurements, and how you're going to ship it, whether you're going to do first class or priority, and their zip code. So eBay takes all of that information and they come up with a calculated shipping amount. So that's how that works. Either way you decide to do it is probably fine. Don't get caught up in it. Don't get yourself all worried about it. Just make sure, if you're not sure, weigh your item, and you could even go in and do a mock session. Pretend somebody's buying something, or pretend you're shipping something, and see how much it would actually cost to ship that item. Now, the one thing I will say is that what I've been doing lately is anything that's big, like a big item or a heavy item, like over 2 pounds, I have been doing calculated shipping. You don't have to do all flat rate or all calculated shipping. You can do both. Like, for example, you're shipping something first class, it's 5 ounces. You know it's only going to cost you $4. So you can go ahead and pick flat rate shipping for that particular listing. Then the next listing, you're going to, let's say, list a big heavy coat, and you're not sure how much that's going to cost. Go ahead and put your measurements in there in your listing, put your weight, and then do calculated shipping for that. I have been doing that, and that has been working out really well for me. I've been doing a little bit of both. So the other thing that I often get asked is, how do I get all these boxes? Go on to the USPS website and you can order, just go to where it says free shipping supplies, and you can order all of these boxes. Some of them come in packs of 10, some come in packs of 25. You can order whatever boxes that you want, however many you need. Now, I don't have a lot of room to be storing boxes, so I typically go and get, like every 3 to 4 weeks when I start to run low, I just buy enough to get me through the month. I have been buying some different size boxes to kind of test and see which ones I like better, which you could do too. But the 3 that I use the most would be these 3 for priority mail. This padded flat rate, the legal priority flat rate, and then the regular flat rate priority. This is the shorter one. Those 3 I use the most. So if all else fails, you can order those 3. Now for first class, obviously you have to buy your own bags. I buy mine through Amazon or eBay. If you have a store, you also, don't forget, you have your credit through eBay, and you have to buy through the one website on eBay, and they tell you where you have to buy that at. But you could buy small bags that way for your first class, or whatever shipping supplies that you need with your credit. So I think that's it, you guys. I just wanted to get on and explain the calculated shipping versus the flat rate shipping, show some different boxes, kind of explain a little bit how that works. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and also give this video a thumbs up. Thanks.